What's up, guys? CEO Gamer here. So got another video for you on the arena and whoa, what are you doing? Spear charging me with a period shit? What? Hold on, let me wreck this guy real quick. Okay, he's gone. So since the DLC has come out, yes, I've gone through the DLC, but I've been spending most of my time in the arena, and that's probably because I'm an invader at heart. And so while I like the fact that From Software has kind of even the playing field, that the invader doesn't have like less health than the host or anything like that. Everybody has the same amount of Ash and Estus and all that. I've been spending most of my time not doing the duels, which I find boring, but actually doing the teams, 2v2, 3v3, and wait, what? A store greatsword charge on me? What are you doing? This is rookie night here at the arena. What's going on? So, anyways, I've been spending most of the time in the team, duels, and the brawls. And after doing about 100 of those, I've really learned a lot that you can't treat the arena entirely as if you were an invader, nor can you treat it, as if you are doing PvP. There are some subtle differences. And after doing, kind of these 100 or so arena brawls and matches and everything like that, I've kind of been able to boil things down to their essence and to really two key variables. So I'm going to share that with you, but the bottom line is that if you really want to give yourself an edge and kind of an extra ability to win with your team or win in the brawls, you're going to have to make two subtle adjustments. So the bottom line is time and healing are at a premium. That is because anytime you're in the team matches or the brawls, it is a fixed amount of time. So you don't have time to kind of like hide around and wait for numbers. You got to be aggressive right off the bat, and you have to be engaging for as much as possible. That's going to help your team, and that's going to help you individually if you're in the brawl. So time is super important, and we have to kind of adjust our tactics and our play based upon that. Also, everybody comes in with 1 HP flask and 1 FP flask, and those only, your health only gets regenerated, or your flask only get regenerated if you get so many kills. And so in between that, your health is limited and it's at a premium. And in the brawls, where anybody can attack you and anybody can damage you, that means something. In the teams, it means slightly less, but it's still critical. And so the bottom line is that once you realize that both time and health are at a premium, then you should be making some sort of small adjustments. So with that being said, in terms of equipment, I don't recommend having 3 weapons. I just recommend 2. You don't want to be switching with weapons too much. Like if you're at a bad matchup, you either want to stick through it or find somebody else that you can kill. So, you shouldn't be spending too much time with people trying to switch weapons to fight the right combination. So 2 weapons max. In terms of rings, I do recommend the blue tier stone ring. Because health is at a premium, that will increase your defense when your health is low. And that can mean the difference between surviving another 1 and 2 hit attack and not. If you're good with the parry, I definitely recommend the Hornet's ring. Otherwise, use that for something else. For me, my other 2 rings, I've been using the Ring of Favor +2 and the Life Ring +2 because both increase my health and allow me to get the max out of that as possible. You'll also notice that I have bombs stocked up as much as possible, and I don't use the charms because they only have 1 HP flask to reheal, so there's no point in it. So, key tip number 1, have healing and or range spells if possible. So, there are situations where I found I'm low on health, and here, like for example, I'm healing half my health, but I'm also helping my teammate. He had 1/3 health, and now the fact that he has 2/3 health allows him to stay in the fight longer. So the healing is not just something that's good for you individually, it's also good for the teams if you're in the team brawls. And if not, then you're in just the normal brawls and not the duels. It's going to help you because when you run out of that Estus, you're going to be wishing you had some way to heal. I don't recommend that Sun Prison's ring, which gives you, the slow regen, but I would recommend the Blessed Weapon because that will give you the regeneration, plus it'll give you a slight weapon buff. And so, to me, those 2 are far better than just having the health regen of the ring. And so this is super important that you find ways to really maximize your healing opportunities, because unless you get that 3 kills, you're not going to refresh your health. Here, I'm super low health, and you can see I'm regenerating. This guy is targeting me because he knows I'm 1 hit away, and he's trying to target me with a ranged weapon. So you can either use a crossbow or some sort of ranged spell. During this process, I isolate a guy who's one hit away. He jumps up like Vega from Street Fighter, and I tag him and he's gone. I get my kill, and then my health fully regenerates. And so this is super important that you pay attention to your health. Okay, so with that being said, range spells and healing spells if possible. Key tip number 2, target quick kills. This is important because of the fact that you only have 300 seconds. So in an invasion, you can wait around, and as long as you can kill the host, you know, by waiting around 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, that's fine. That won't work here. You have 300 seconds, so you have to be aggressive and you have to get kills quick. So here, I find somebody who's engaged, he's low health. I take the one hit and I get him out of there really fast. And that's super important that you're able to do that, because if you can stack up enough kills, your health will fully regenerate whether you have more HP or not. Same thing here, 2 guys are targeting. I see he's weak health. I switch the lock from the other guy to him and get him out. So quick kills is super important. For me, since my parry skills have built up, I've been really, using the Hornet's Ring as much as possible, because most of the time I can one-shot them, even at full health. And so for me, that is a quick kill, because all it takes is one parry and a guy's gone, whereas if I don't parry him, it might take 2, 3, 4 hits. So quick kills are super important. Key tip number 3, attack groups. I deal with hyper armor weapons. So in a 4-man or 6-man brawl, you're going to find groups where people kind of coalesce of 2, 3, and 4 people. Here I was 1v1, 3 people are together. I got a lock on the guy with low health. In the middle of my swing, he dies, so I switch lock to the other guy and take out the low health guy. Notice how people converge there really fast. In the 4-man brawls, you're only going to see 2 and 3 people converging at most. But in the 6-man brawls, you can see 3, 4, and 5 people converging. So if you have a hyper armor weapon that has a really good hitbox, that is going to be a massive advantage. As you see right here, everybody's converging onto one spot. So I isolate somebody and get my 2 quick hits and he's gone while he's distracted. The whole point of targeting groups is that you are playing on the advantage that somebody's going to be distracted. And it's during that distraction, while he's focused on taking somebody else out, that I'm able to take them out. And so this should be a tactic of yours. Key tip number 4, target low HP players. And this is something you have to understand from an offensive and defensive standpoint. So the low HP players allow you to get a quick kill. That guy gets hit with a fireball. He's right in front of me. It's one hit and he's gone. Parry is also a really good tactic for that if you can take him out with that one hit. Because of the fact that you, as a team player, the more kills your team gets, the better it is. Or in a brawl, it's individually based. So here I see somebody has a potential for a parry attack. I isolate him, get him away from the others, parry him, and take him out. And so you should be targeting people who are lower hits. This is also important to understand, because if you yourself are lower HP, you're going to get ganked on. It doesn't even matter, especially in the brawls. It doesn't even matter if there is another brawl contestant next to the other guy. If you are one hit away from dying, everybody's going to start ganging up on you, because they know whoever gets that has a good chance of not only getting the kill, but is also can refresh their health. So that's super important. The range spells really help, but again, if you don't have FP for their spells, you should be stocking up on bombs. And you can use that both for attack and for baiting. So you can bait them in for a parry opportunity. So stock your bombs as much as possible. I recommend completing Jarrett's quest line, because then you can get an unlimited amount of lightning yards. Okay, key tip number 5, casters. I've learned in the arenas that casters oftentimes have a massive advantage, because statistically the majority of players are going to be melee based. What that means is that the melee based players are more often going to be engaged with each other at close range. Casters have an advantage with that, because they can wait till the melee players engage in close range while they just attack them from distance. No risk to them. So in any sort of brawl or team event, if I see a caster out there, I actually go straight for them, because I know that while I might be engaging somebody else in a melee, they can just come around and snipe me with no risk to them, and I may not even know they're there. In fact, they can do it. They can attack me, and I don't even have a chance to attack them. And it's completely unpunishable. So this is super important that you do this to isolate casters, so that when you're in situations like that, there isn't some caster that's going to be just sniping you, you know, from a distance and no risk to them. So with that being said, those are my 5 tips. And if you found this useful video, give it a thumbs up. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to give me feedback. I'm always looking to improve my videos as much as possible. So if you have any feedback or suggestions, hey, I'm totally open to hear it. And if you have some ideas for future videos, let me know. Other than that, check me out on Twitter. I'll be back on Twitch now that I'm back from travel and hosting guests. So that's it. I'm the CEO Gamer. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe to my channel. Other than that, be well, and I hope to see you inside the Dark Souls universe. Take care, everyone.